Hey guys, today I want to talk about coping with disappointment. I feel inspired to talk about this topic as I spent the past hours staring at my rejection letter from Georgetown University's political science PhD program. My mom always tells me that I have a tendency to put all of my eggs in one basket. I decide I want something, I fixate on it, work very hard attempting to achieve it. Then if it doesn't work out, I'm absolutely destroyed because I was aiming for such a small target. While she's absolutely right, and the obvious solution seems like I could just put a few eggs in several baskets and see which ones work out for me, this learning curve has been impossibly steep throughout my experience. So I want to reflect with you all on why that is, in the event that you also suffer from all or nothing thinking. I think one problematic aspect of this thinking relates to the illusions I create for myself. How do I even know I really want the outcome? What if I came to the decision on impulse? What if the reasons I tell myself that I want a specific thing are developed of limited understanding as to how having it would actually be? For example, think back to your first love. If you are anything like me, you cruise through red flags because you decided that you wanted that relationship long term. In a way, this behavior is rational because based on your experience at that point in life, you had never been in love before. So compared to all the people you were never in love with, it made sense to fight for that first person you loved. But you probably never forced yourself to stop and think about the reasons you fell in love with that person. What mindset were you in when you met him or her? What insecurities did you have? What role did you expect that person to fill in your life? Mind you, I think I'm more stubborn than most people I've met. I almost blindly wanted something that, from a very objective standpoint, would have been horrible to deal with on a daily basis. I mourned the end of my first love like a death, despite the objective reality that had I seen that relationship through to living together or marriage, I can guarantee you that I would be miserable and someone I could truly live in harmony with would be off marrying someone else. I don't want to get too deep into this subject because I want to talk more about relationships in future videos. So let's get back to the idea of fixation. It's like we decide what we want, avoid evidence that we might not want it, and react irrationally when we don't get it. Have you noticed yourself doing that? That's how I behave when I don't get something I thought I wanted, but in retrospect shouldn't have wanted. I have to say it is even more difficult when I don't get something that I still want even after it falls through. I've had this happen in work, in school, sports, pretty much every area of life in some capacity. Today it was school. I know that I have tightly controlled my academic performance to earn spotless transcripts. I also know that I jumped through every extracurricular hoop and took on every challenge, but I still didn't get in. At this point, should I be disappointed in myself when I know there's nothing I could have done differently? When I know that the statistical odds of getting accepted to that program, which gets thousands of applications for only a few seats each year, are so extremely low? Failure burns when I tell myself I only want that one thing. People say it's better to shoot and miss than never take a shot, right? Well, yes, provided that shot comes with an acceptable alternative should it fall through. I think the devastation stage when I don't win comes from all or nothing thinking. I create plans and invest a massive work ethic only in plan A. I wouldn't have to control the situation so carefully, and the massive letdown wouldn't be so hard to take if I had a plan B. For example, if I applied to several other schools where it was more likely that I would get accepted. It would be even easier if I knew I had plans C, D, E. For example, plan C might be using my free time to volunteer or dedicate it to something that means something to me, maybe working in an animal shelter, volunteering in a hospital, working on myself, my own health, maybe exercising more, working on a sport. Plan Z could be putting more effort into my job to move up. Plan E could be growing a new skill. When you make a plan to do something that is so uncertain, it's always good to have a backup plan. So when you're confronted with that moment where the thing you wanted doesn't work out for you, you know that there's something else there for you and it doesn't feel like the end of the road. Knowing all of this, I still haven't learned and continuously set myself up for failure by deciding that I will do or achieve things that are uncertain and in so many situations out of my control. Please let me know about your experiences with this type of thinking in the comments below. More girl talk to come soon. Bye for now.